you can't manage what you don't measure. That makes a lot of sense. And in business, it's pretty hard to keep ourselves focused on measuring things to make sure that we're always improving our business. Does that make a bit of sense? And that's really the essence of the presentation today. And the Ipswich Business Network is giving us all an opportunity to start measuring a few more parts of our business, and to try and actually, therefore, improve our business and improve the Ipswich economy. So that's basically the tenet. I can probably sit down now. So I've talked about benchmarking. It's about gathering the data, but that's not really what benchmarking is about. But it does allow for something. Anyone want to have a guess what that really, what it actually allows you to do? Analysis? Yeah, maybe close. What's the most powerful word in benchmarking, do you reckon? It's high stakes. Results? Yeah. Huh? Mark? Mark? Yeah, no. I'll just say it. Why? Exactly. The whole reason of going through is that we can always talk about our results and all the rest of it, but unless we ask the question why, it's a bit of a waste of time. And I think that's the essence of, like, the networking that the Chamber does is excellent. But what happens? You come in, you say, oh, how's it all been going? Oh, yeah, it's been going all right. Oh, it's been going a bit slow. It's been whatever. But we never ask the question why, do we? And these forums that I want to put together is a safe environment where we can all ask each other why to improve our business. Good example. Pretty hard to see on the PowerPoint there, but there's the medal tallies for the Olympic Games. So we see, I can't even read that from here, but USA's got 1,000 odd, Russia's 400. So why is the USA more than double? Or why is the USA more than double Russia? But the question why is really what starts to trigger it, doesn't it? So we look at that data, there's a whole range of things we can ask ourselves. Why is China so low down there? And we've got to look at how long the data's been there and that type of jazz. So I think I'm just trying to give some examples why I think why is the most important part. From our perspective, we deal with a whole range of brands, and obviously, the motor vehicles is fairly obvious. But what might not be obvious to a lot of people in the audience is that we also have, really strong business with, Avis and Allianz and St George and finance companies and tyre companies and oil companies. And guess what? They ask us why all the time. Toyota say, why are you not number one? Avis says, what the? Allianz says, we want you to be the top 5. So we are challenged every day of the week by as many logos as you can see up there, by those companies coming to us on a weekly basis saying why. And I suppose you were just asking before how long I've been at Llewellyn's there. It's been about 14 years, 15 years. And I've just been really amazed by how much that really drives your business by having someone else outside saying why. And I suppose that's what I wanted to share with the Chamber. That's what I want to share with the participants of this new program, is just having an environment where people are asking why, and it does mean a big difference to your business. So how do we start this why conversation? So it's pretty simple. We just collect some simple data. Now, as soon as we say that, people go, well, what's all that going to mean? For us, we actually submit our whole general ledger, which is 10,000 10,000 ledger accounts, to most of those manufacturers every month. But I don't think anyone in this room, including myself, would be comfortable doing that. So what we're really looking at, and we'll have a bit of an example today. I've got a form in there. I'd like to kick it off today, would be my intent. Is where we just collect simple data, and data that's not really, confidential. So for example, you'll see the data we want to collect today is just what it was last month better than the month before, was last year was last month better than the year before that. And then when we go to the next step, we might be just saying, percentages. Are your sales up by 10% or are they down by 10%? And we just talk about percentages. We can all share those together, and there's no real confidentiality issues. Does that sound all right? And again, the whole reason the data is not really important, is it? The data is just something to sit up there, like we saw the medal tallies, to say, well, why? Why are you up 10%? And why are you up 10% and everyone else is down 5%? What are you doing differently? Why? And I think that's where the excitement of it is. And we want to form, with that data, we want to form benchmarking groups. So, we're thinking we probably meet quarterly. We'd have several different groups, and in each group we try and have, no competitors in there. So you feel fairly open, but you want to know how you're sitting in your comparison group, in your competitors. So we'd have a retail index. So if you're in retail and the whole retail index is up by 5% and you're up by 10%, well, you'd be asking yourself why. And so we like try and share that data between your competitors, but not with your competitors, if that makes sense. And the interesting thing is in these rooms, and so like I said, we submit our data, and then we actually go with our, not so much our competitors, but because they're like national franchises, we might all go to Melbourne, and there might be a dealer from Melbourne, a dealer from Perth, a dealer from Sydney, a dealer from North Queensland. So not really our competitors, but we all sit in the room and we bring up the data, and they go, well, Llewellyns, why are your sales down by 10% and everyone else is up by 10%? And then you say, oh, well, we're doing this, and this is how we're doing it better. Or we go, well, we don't know, it's really, really hard. Has anyone got any ideas? And they go, oh, well, we tried this in Perth, and we've tried this in Sydney, and we've tried that. And that's where those forums come together. So that's where I think there's a lot of excitement there. So the trick in those forums is finding someone better, So I think don't be worried about the forum that you're going to be the one at the top or the one at the bottom. The further are you down the bottom, the more why questions you can ask, and the further you can get up. So it's that's why those forums work really, really well. So why are we doing this? So we all know that car dealers are pretty good. Although I'm pretty lucky today because there's lawyers and accountants in the room, so I'm looking pretty good compared to some of my mates here. Not quite there yet. Why we're doing this? It's pretty simple. We want you to grow your business. And if you grow your business, you and your staff are going to need more cars. So I'm not hiding anything behind this. There is an absolute motive there. We want to see business in Ipswich improve because that will improve our business. And I'm pretty sure that's probably the same for everyone in this room as well. I'm sure if we all do more, we're going to need more batteries from Ruthie, we're going to need more legal services, more accounting services, more training at TAFE. So it's about, if we can use this to get everyone's business up and running, everyone in this room succeeds. And we're lucky with the brands we have. We have a fairly big market share of cars, and I think it's important for us having that responsibility in town to actually contribute something back to the success. So that's why we're into it straight up and down. Who's going to see the data? Well, first of all, you'll see on the forms in a minute, the data that is going to be collected by ourselves in the chamber really isn't that sensitive, I don't think. And so, but the idea would be that people in the group, you would see the people in your group's data, but you would also see the indices. So you'd see the retail, the public sector, the business services, and you'd see their indexes and see how you compare with those. So again, the data is not the trick. Having it to answer the question why is the trick. What's the benefit to you? Has anyone got any ideas for what I've said so far? Anyone see what any benefits you guys might think of? A structure around advertising. Yep. Yeah, sharing the business success stories. Extending relationships. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I think you were saying the other day, Mark, that really where business is heading now is how we form strategic alliances to do certain things. And there's nothing more bonding than sitting in a room talking about things that are going well and things that are not going well to form a relationship with those people in those rooms. And I'm pretty excited that apart from improving your business, those strategic alliances will start coming together and we'll start to see business and Ipswichers clumping together to do bigger and better things. So that's a really, really good point. Yeah. I'm sure everyone can see there is some benefit there to yourselves, which is why you'd need to, to invest in that. Benefit to the chamber. I think it's really important that, the chamber in Ipswich we're very lucky with. It has been very, very strong for a very, very long time, and we're kind of used to that. Other centres don't enjoy the capability of the chamber that we have here. But all chambers really are, like I said at the beginning of the meeting, we all catch up before the thing. How's it all going? Yeah, last month was a bit rough. Last month was a bit rough. We're going to be able to now bring that over and say why. People are going to be more comfortable saying why. But more importantly, I want the chamber to be able to announce, to the media, and I really appreciate the Queensland Times, being here today. They've actually got a journalist here today to hopefully paraphrase everything I've said in a positive light. We'll see how it all goes. But they've been really quite supportive of this as well. So we can, through the chamber, start announcing what the business index is, what the confidence is in Ipswich businesses, and also to report to all levels of government where we are, rather than just being a part of the SEQ or part of the Greater Western or part of the whatever indexes there are around us, to actually say, well, we here in Ipswich, this is where it's at, and this is what we can do to propagate that. So that's why I think it's pretty good for ourselves, for the chamber, for yourselves, and how it all fits together. Does that all make sense?